put a smile on your face. So the CAMARO ZL1 is a terrific platform. The 6th gen cars are fantastic. You really can't go wrong. Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be going over the differences between the CAMARO ZL1 and the CAMARO ZL1 1LE. So the 1LE package is a $7,500 option. It's called the Extreme Track Performance Package, and it lives up to its name. A lot of people get this package and sometimes they really don't know what they're getting. So we'll go over the benefits, the takeaways, and if this package is right for you and your Camaro. So some of the features that aren't available when you go over to the 1LE package. So the normal ZL1 comes with these really nice looking graphite multi-spoke 20-inch wheels. We'll get to that, more details on that later. You also lose the daytime running lights. This car doesn't have them, but a stock ZL1 does. Then you also lose the option to get a sunroof when you go to the ZL1 1LE package. Then there's kind of a gimmick. So for weight savings, they removed the folding rear seat on the ZL1 1LE, which they really did. All they did was they removed the pull tab that allows the seat to come down. You can actually go in the trunk, manually disconnect the latch, and still lay the rear seat down. You just don't have the handle. And then finally, on 6-speed ZL1s and ZL1 1LEs, the gear ratio, the final gear ratio, is lower in the ZL1 1LE. It's like 0.68 to 0.5 compared to 0.54, which makes the 6th gear usable on the racetrack. So one other option that's removed when you go to the 1LE package, you can see here there's a camera in the XM radio fin here. That is for the rear mirror camera that's available on a lot of Chevrolet options. That is removed when you go to the 1LE package because the spoiler will be blocking the view. On the wheels and tires, the 1LE package comes with different wheels and tires. So they come with the Goodyear 3R tires. We'll get more into that later, with 11-inch fronts and 12-inch rear multi-spoke wheels. It also comes with red brake calipers, and then also the rocker panels and other trim on the car on the 1LE package is a flat black. It's going to be mosaic black on the normal ZL1, and also they apply the same flat black to the mirrors. Here is the ZL1 1LE wheel and red caliper compared to the 20-inch ZL1 and silver caliper. The upper and lower grills are unique to the 1LE package and increases the airflow into the engine by over 100 cubic feet a minute. Then you have a unique front spoiler that's 2 or 3 inches further out than the standard ZL1, and it includes winglets. And then the lower part of the spoiler is actually a 1/2 inch lower, which again helps with the front aero. But obviously the largest contributor to the aerodynamics of the car are the dive planes. And these dive planes, with the combination of the rear spoiler, generate over 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles an hour. Now you do lose the front daytime running lights that are part of the ZL1 package, but again, the focus of this car is the track. The 1LE package has a flat black hood wrap and the optional exposed carbon fiber weave insert becomes a part of the 1LE package. So on the ZL1 you can get it either painted black or exposed carbon fiber for, I think it's an $800 option. It's standard with the 1LE. Coming back to the rear of the car, a very desirable piece of the 1LE package is the carbon fiber spoiler. It's got the X on it for the Extreme Track package. This spoiler contributes to the over 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles an hour. So it is a very focused, functional piece of equipment. They're very hard to get aftermarket. If you can find them through GM, they're about $4,800. So that's a big part of the $7,500 1LE package. So now this is where things get interesting, the suspension. So the ZL1 and the CAMARO SS 1LE come with magnetic ride control dampers and also nicer spring rates. The ZL1 1LE comes with DSS V shocks made by Multimatic, which are dynamic suspension spool valve type dampeners that give very consistent shock performance and also are tuned for the racetrack. And that gives them less than a desirable ride on the street. This animation shows the DSSV technology. The 1LE also has multiple suspension adjustments that allow you to fine-tune the suspension for the track. You can adjust the top of the strut, which will give you additional negative camber up to 3.5 degrees negative. The ride height is adjustable in the front, and in the rear, the sway bar has 3 settings for different stiffness. You can fine-tune the oversteer and understeer balance of your car with these settings. The normal ZL1 comes equipped with 20-inch wheels and 305 rear and 285 front Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires. And those are what I'm running on the street in ZL1 1LE sizes. The tire that comes equipped on the ZL1 1LE is the Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 R. Now the R does not stand for rain, it stands for race, and that's what these things are meant to do, even though they are a DOT legal tire. So the Supercar 3s are 220 tread wear, they'll last 5,000 to 8,000 miles on the street. These 3Rs are meant for the racetrack. They're 100 tread wear, are unacceptable in the rain or the cold, and you'd be lucky to get 2,000 or 3,000 miles on the street, and basically you'd be very, very unhappy. Most people don't know that when they buy a ZL1 1LE from the dealership, that don't know what they're buying, and they get these tires and they think the car is horrible when a lot of it has to do with the tire itself. So get a set of Supercar 3s or other equivalent high performance summer tire to drive on the street. Take these things off as soon as you get it home for the track. America's pastime is drag racing, right? And so both these cars may actually see themselves on a drag strip from time to time. Both engines are 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque from the factory. There is zero difference between the 1LE and the ZL1. But the ZL1 will be 2 to 5 tenths faster in the quarter mile because of its softer suspension and less drag from the aerodynamic aids that help the ZL1 1LE on the racetrack. All right, so we're gonna first put it in track mode, and we're gonna try a good, nice road.
All right, we're in track.
All right. And then we'll do a rough road in touring mode, and then we'll drive the other car. So this is a ZL1, not the ZL1 1LE. What would you give that on a scale of 1 to 10?
As far as comfort, I would give that I would say an 8. I mean, it's definitely a comfortable ride and tour. I think track mode even is not too bad. Definitely way stiffer. Crazy stiffer.
From 1 to 10 for comfort, what would you give the 1LE on this rough road?
Probably about a 2.
Man,
it's definitely not.
It'd be at least a 4.
It's definitely not a comfortable ride, and I would be afraid of it spilling my drink if I had one in the console. It is definitely stiff, but it feels like it should. It's a race car. It's built to be on the track. It's not built to go cruise to the grocery store and take long trips. It's made to go to car shows, go to the track, and actually be able to back it up on the track.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Ron, for your first-hand impressions here and your the Ron scale of 8 versus 2 for comfort. And I guess from a performance standpoint, though, do you think, from just driving it at 60 miles an hour on back roads, did you notice much of a performance difference that would make it more fun as a Sunday driver?
Not really. I mean, I think the ZL1 and this on those type of situations I think are fairly similar, but I can definitely tell that on the track this one would be a whole lot more consistent in how it attacks the track and the cornering abilities of this car, as well as the braking.
With the ZL1 1LE, you're giving up street manners, drag performance, your ride quality, and $7,500. So why does this make the car the ultimate track Camaro because it crushes the racetrack. On the Nürburgring, this car ran a 7-minute 16-second lap, which is faster than race cars, exotics, Porsches, even a Ferrari Enzo. In fact, it's 16 seconds faster, 13.5 seconds faster than a normal ZL1. So you get a huge performance bargain. Miles per gallon right there, man. You really can't go wrong with the 6th generation Camaro ZL1 either way. So why would you want, or when would you want to get the 1LE package? Well, I would say that if you're going to drive over 5,000 miles a year, if you're going to be focused on drag racing, or if you're only going to do a handful of high performance driving events, like 2 or 3 a year, then really the normal ZL1 is you get 90% of the performance with none of the compromises. Now, why would you want to get the ZL1 1LE package that costs $7,500? Well, if you're going to be doing 8 to 10 track days a year, if you're going to be doing any competitive driving like time trials, or if you just really want to make sure you can get a better lap time at your local track than your friend with a Porsche, then the 1LE package is for you. Now, you could do a middle of the road like Ron did on his car, and you get a ZL1, you add aero, you add some suspension bits, you add the wheels and tires, and you can get very, very close to the performance of the ZL1 1LE, but then you're modifying the car and you don't quite have the engineered package like you have with the ZL1 1LE. So you have 3 choices. I hope this video gave you enough information that you can make an informed decision. So if you liked it, please like and subscribe. If I missed something, please put it in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.